Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the next Thomas VHS/DVD review. This time around we're going to be reviewing one of my earliest Thomas tapes, that being Salty Secret. I just want to, build up a little bit of suspense. Both of those are from my early childhood, but we'll get to that in a minute. So Salty Secret was first released on VHS and DVD on the 24th of September 2002, 5 days after my older brother was born, was reprinted in 2005 in a slim case, was in multiple DVD sets as you can see, and was reprinted in 2009 under this little boxcar art style, retitled Harvey to the Rescue. I like that they gave Harvey, some attention, but, I still fucking hate that cover design, and it was also normally re-released by Lionsgate. So let's take a look. I love this purple outline for some reason. Thomas and Friends, Salty Secret. They're salty, and a shot of Thomas from the Fogman. Funny, because this is the US equivalent of the Fogman, and I think that the Fogman, in terms of presentation, is terrible. And I'll give you guys a comparison. So you see the Fogman tape. What does this image tell you about the episode? Absolute sod all. They should have used the image of Thomas derailed in the rock slide on the Fogman tape. That would give kids a better idea of what's going on. Also, it's just poorly photoshopped. Like, did any of you guys notice that there was a lighthouse above Annie? Yeah, I didn't. But that's only where the first problems for the Fogman begin, and I'll talk about them later when I'm comparing the two, which I'll be doing throughout this. Cartoon Thomas in the Spine. This was the last VHS released by Ghislaine Entertainment. On the back, we got a screenshot from Harvey to the Rescue, Salty Secret, told by Alec Baldwin, or blurb. Yeah, and again, the stories are exactly the same as on the Fogman, but the Fogman added in Twin Trouble from Red Balloon and Gordon Takes a Tumble from Chocolate Crunch. That's all fine and good, but the problem is the episodes on Fogman are out of order to where No Sleep for Cranky plays before Salty Secret and Harvey to the Rescue. That's not a big issue in the grand scheme of things, but Season 6 is a recovery season, in a way. Like, it's trying to rebound after the failure of Magic Railroad, and for your first home video release of that recovery season, I don't think a continuity error in the second episode is a very good look. And the song, Winter Wonderland, being on the Fogman, also doesn't fit, because while the Fogman is set in the winter, it's not the point of the story. Like, you can have the episode set in the autumn or spring, and nothing would change. Meanwhile, part of the reason James the Really Splendid Engine works so well is because this release is marketed around new characters. I think it's smart to have a song showing off one of the classic characters to be like, hey, the old characters aren't going anywhere. Just enjoy it while it lasts. Just enjoy them, because they're still going to be around. I think that's clever. I would fix the Fogman by having Down by the Docks as the finale song, if it was completed by that point, because my friend Oliver11GWR suggested that some Season 6 songs weren't completed until 2003, but if the Fogman, or if Down by the Docks was completed by this point, it would be ideal for the Fogman, because the music video ends with the opening shot of Fogman. Like, isn't that poetic? Down by the Docks would be great here, but I think James the Really Splendid Engine also does the job pretty well. But anyways, enough comparing the two, because, I have the Fogman is one of my least favorite UK tapes, while Salty Secret is one of my favorite US ones. But anyways, the tape label, it's pretty simple. I got this in a lot that my grandmother found me in 2021, and, I appreciate this. I hardly watch it, but it's cool. Now here is the DVD I got with James and the Red Balloon in a thrift store in 2012. There was also Jet Engine and Thomas Gets Bumped in slim cases, but I got those down the line, so I didn't lose much. Salty Secret. Yeah, it's expanded. You can't see his number on the VHS, but on the DVD you can. Stretched out image. Is there, any difference in the scope? Yeah, you can like see more of the ground on the VHS, but this still looks cool. Yeah, that does the trick. Again, the exact same, but with Anchor Bay. They list the song as a story stop when it's pulled out of the main feature. That doesn't compute. But yeah, here are our bonus features. Sadly, mine did not come with the booklet, and you can see the marks through the case. That's how much you can tell this thing's been beaten to shit. I love the contrast, like of the purple, the red, the yellow. It's ideal. Yeah. And again, sadly didn't come with a pamphlet. I might get it someday, but yeah, here's our disc. And I got this in 2016, you know, for the Easter season. My mom, you know, just gave me some, you know, money, a gift card that I could use at some bookstore, but then I saw this on eBay. I couldn't pass it up. It was sealed, new in box, or I don't know if that's accurate. It was sealed. It came with Laurie 1, who I will show off here. This is the exact copy. He is almost mint except for this little ding in his little cargo box, but the flatbed, this is the one that I use in my series, and like there he is. He's in near perfect shape, even though this has been beaten to shit. I remember the night I got this, like, my mom and stepfather went on a date. Me and my siblings went to our grandmother's house, and I watched this thing all the way through. I adored it. But God, the memories. And this remained at my grandmother's for years until it came over to my house. Yeah, but again, although it's beaten to shit, the plastic's been taken out, this thing will always hold a special place in my heart, and I'd love to get more of these packs just because. Cartoon Thomas with the sun behind him like on the Best of Thomas. The back, everything's kind of been moved up to make room for Laurie 1, who they read the bio. Laurie 1 and his two brothers, Laurie 2 and 3, are out to prove that roads are not very useful, and the most important work should be left to the roads. When we last saw Laurie 1, he was being sent to the repair shop after he carelessly reversed into the water while working at the docks. The engines now refer to him as sunk. It's appropriate that they included the one who reversed into the sea as part of this release that mainly takes place at Brendam Docks. But then again, that is just me. And you open it by the top here. Let me just squeeze it out. Or not squeeze it out, just slide it out. Here's the tape. It still plays pretty well, obviously. We got a wooden railway pamphlet. And this whole thing, start your kids on the right track with fun-filled videos and DVDs from Thomas and Friends. Yeah. And we got all the ones that were available by this point. God, the childhood nostalgia is unreal. Like, this will always be one of my favorite Thomas releases. Like, not top 10, but like top 20, maybe 15. You know what? Because I'm feeling fun and nostalgic, I'm going to show off the pamphlet. But first, the 2001 Gold Dome James I got in the Best of James VHS, he gets a cameo. Hi, James! To quote Henry from Trampy Movie 13, I think. Wait, is that the one with Cole? I can't be bothered to look it up at the moment, but I'll look it up after. I'm going to be very careful with it. So there's, yeah, oh God. I miss how simple Thomas merchandise was. Like, just about building the island of Sodor. When can we go back to that? Like, I can see that the new 2026 show is making a conscious effort to improve that and go back to the simplicity, but it'll never top this. Like, come on, like, look at this. You got all of our classic engines. I remember reading this a lot back in the day. Henry, Gordon. Like, I got, like, all of the ones from Thomas to the tar and fuel tanker, except for, like, the Henry's Lockhart and normal version of Diesel. Yeah. I have, like, a take-and-play mic. I need to get Big City Engine. I'm trying to think of a story I could tell with him, but Derek, Wilbert, Frank. It's sad how all those guys only lasted, like, 1 year from 2001 to 2002. I have the tenders for Flying Scotsman. If anyone wants to sell me the engine, I'm down. Sodor Railway Repair is cool. The 5-car value pack would be a treasure. I have Ivo Hugh and the Winter Wonderland train and the Circus train. I just got the Sawmill with Dumping Depot. If you watched one of my recent videos, Wellsworth Station's a fucking treasure. I have... Oh, this is like the updated windmill. It's fine. I just prefer the old one. Honey Depot I have. the musical carousel looks fun. I'm showing off my investment plans. I also plan to get the log loader and, like, more spans of the Bay Bridge. I love the roadway stacking risers. Let's go to the back and just briefly, like look at my dream sets. The Down by the Dock set looks cool. I'd love that, but I'm sure everyone wants the lift and load set. But, you know, for what's one of my most nostalgic Thomas releases, I decided, why not, you know, take everyone on a trip down memory lane? Because, you know, nostalgia plays a part in how all of us look at Thomas. That's what I find, you know, special about it. And here's the... I don't like having to fold these back up, but, you know, you get the hang of it after a couple minutes. Just a nice little trip down memory lane. And, you know, showing that some things never die. And in fact, I'm engaging in nostalgia right now, because currently I'm watching Spills and Chills. Oh yeah, see the trucks just fucking flying down the hill? I love how it's like, it doesn't say anything, it just says, oh yeah, they're bored, bye-bye. And then I went to see the Adam Sandler Best Friends tour in, like, September. One of my managers told me about it because she knew I loved Adam. And I saw her there with her husband, who I'm also friends with because he works at the college I go to. It's time that we reviewed the release in full. So let me adjust my camera and let's get ready to show off the menu and talk about the episodes. Since my computer does not seem interested in working with the Blu-ray player I have, we're just going to do this the classic old-fashioned way that we've been doing since the start of DVD reviews. I am actually planning on going and getting a new computer, because honestly, as much as I adore that thing, I've had it for 5 years, I feel like it's kind of run its course. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. But yeah. So we have the classic, you know, shed-style menu. I think this was, like, the first one to use it aside from Thomas's Christmas Wonderland. And in this release, we meet Salty. I would have shown the wooden Harvey, but, you know... Oh. Harvey. Yeah, I don't have the coach that goes with him. This is a Hit Toys Harvey, so that's cool. I'm going to get the coach in flatbed someday. And the Take-Along Elizabeth, which I've had since I had the Wooden Train bonus pack version. So they get to sit here while I just chill with this bin of Erdls I got. Some of these you'll know I have now if you watched my video. Here's Douglas and Donnie. Yeah. Huh. Hui, I am masquerading with your tender. Well, they can't masquerade with the other's tenders because they're fucking conjoined. Oh, I forgot that, you know, James went into the shed. But, yeah, I got Toby and Henrietta. You can tell I'm just kind of grasping at straws as I watch this. What's Percy saying?
On to a fun-filled Thomas story. Play the Learn to Count game. Paint your favorite engines. Sing along to a Thomas tune. And much more. You can also enjoy Sir Topham Hatt's scratch of all his favorite friends.
I sadly don't have an Erdl Herald yet.
I'm Harold, and I'll fly you to visit the Thomas.
Ha ha.
Fun trailers on all
Wait,
your
why
favorite
wasn't that
Thomas
listed on the back cover?
Good time.
Anyway, so here's the menu for Salty Secret. We have our 4 options. We'll do Meet Thomas's New Friends last, but oh shit, I accidentally... Did anyone notice that James didn't come out of the sheds? But yeah, here's the Galena. I'm sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to do that. I totally did. But let's go to the Pick a Story menu, and then we can talk about our episodes. Look how fast Toby's going! So we have Salty Secret, and right off the bat, I think this is a very good introduction episode. The dialogue is great. I love that it's not, you know, Thomas who goes off, who interacts with the new character. I love that it's, you know, secondary characters. Thomas doesn't even speak in this one. It's a great first impression. Harvey to the rescue. I know that it's the poster child for morals being spelt out in Season 6, but, you know, I love it anyways, because, one, we get to see the Fat Controller in a position where he has to truly help an engine with their self-image, which I don't think we'd seen in the series at all prior to this. I love that. And, you know, Harvey's my favorite Season 6 character. His theme is great. Yes, the moral's forced, but, you know, I don't care. Edward is out of character, but, you know, it's for literally one line that I almost feel like I can ignore it because it's so inconsequential to the plot. Even Edward agrees, but, you know, that's cool. No Sleep for Cranky is hilarious. It's such a simple, you know, day in the life of Cranky type of story, but it works well because the episode isn't just about how much his life sucks. The episode is about how he brings his struggles of having Salty, Bill, and Ben trapped at the docks. He brings that onto him. Like, that's his fault. And that's supposed to be funny. I think that it is very, very funny. You're gonna get into trouble, sang Bill and Ben. Although Michelangelis does it better. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. You're going to get into trouble. I also love how in the UK dub, how ominous it sounds like, and drop the pipes onto the tracks instead of the trucks. Although I dissed its UK VHS of the same name, I actually really love the Fogman. Like, dare I say, this is one of the best stories to come out of this millennium. I love the message. I love that it's Sir Topham Hatt who learns the lesson. And I also love that they don't outright condemn, you know, modern technology. They go like, oh yeah, new technology is great and all, but it doesn't have the power of human work. Thomas and Percy, yeah. Ding ding. On the subject of Percy, A Bad Day for Harold is up next, and this is amazing. Like, seeing Harold crash is fun, but I love how Percy's characterized. He's simultaneously sassy and fed up with having his work taken from him, but he's also, you know, he also cares for Harold and would do anything for him. I love that. And Elizabeth the Vintage Laurie is just amazing. Like, I wish they did more with the Thomas and Elizabeth dynamic. They could have really, like, done something. Yeah, they had, you know, Not So Hasty Cakes, but they could have done, you know, more with them. And maybe, you know, I don't know. They could have done a lot with them. And overall, while I like Alec Baldwin in Season 6, he's not that great in hindsight. But he is great on this tape. He does give the new characters their own distinct voices, and I love that. So, if I'm being honest, this might be the last truly great Thomas release. Yeah, and I think Gordon agrees. So let's go to the Fun and Games shed. Or station, I don't fucking know. He has to make a cameo. Of course he does.
Welcome to the Fun and Games shed. We're glad you decided to stop here on your journey of the island. It's time to have some
Jeez, is Topham okay? It sounds like he's running out of breath. I said it out of order. Let's hope I'm in there. My absence would never suit his grace. Hey Duke, I'm not in that scrapbook either. It's okay. But let's look at it. The read-along, I'm just pulling up, you know, my little pillow chair, whatever you want to call it, behind me so I can relax a little bit. Breakfast Time for Thomas. I think this was on 10 Years of Thomas, I think. I mean, I could see that one being on here. This is a classic story. And funny enough, it replaces Daisy's role in the episode with Boko. Feeble, let me... Yeah, I think all these games have been, like, swiped for other releases. Like, Paint My Color, that's on Toy Workshop and Thomas Percy and the Dragon. And the funny thing about Learn to Count is that, spoiler alert, it's on Halloween Adventures, and that's where the Fogman is, for some reason. Fogman and Bad Day for Harold are the only 2 episodes of this release to be repackaged on other ones. So that's something. I mean, let's just... I'll give you a brief demonstration of this game. Oh, for fuck's sake. Why did it do that? Yeah. Oh, do I get a new coat of paint? No, fuck you, Frank. Yeah, so, like, see the shift? Like, he looks like a drawing, like, just a low-res drawing. And then he turns into, like, a professional, like, kind of model there. But, yeah. I love this game, but I'm not going to play it. Oh, God, why am I yawning? Yeah. Oh, whoa, 6, 7. Hey, is that yellow for me? Wait, what happens if I click yellow?
Good try, but please try another color.
No thank you. Something about this game feels like it's later than 2002, so I said Learn to Count is on, Halloween Adventures already. Yeah, we don't need to. It's a very forgettable game, given nothing changes, but, you know, I'll do Bulstrode.
And I'm Holland's
What happens if I click 1?
Take another look. Try again.
For some reason, I thought Bulstrode was going to say that, but, you know, again, I don't care about playing this game. Like, I really don't. It's kind of forgettable. The thing I find weird about the scrapbook is that, like, they don't, what's the word? They don't have, like, Salty, Harvey, and Elizabeth in there. Even in the New Friends for Thomas version, they're oddly absent. Like, you would think that they would, you know, put the main characters of this release in this scrapbook, or, like, even mention them. Like, I don't know why they didn't, but that's, again, just me. The sing-along song, separate from the main feature on the DVD, is James the Really Splendid Engine. It's an absolute masterpiece. Best song from Season 6. Yeah. And Web Fun, this is dead. Yeah. I'm coming up with more to say about these releases, in all honesty. The Thomas Gallery, let's go up there. Again, I'm planning on getting a new computer, so we'll see in the future. The possibilities are endless for me, as you know. I'm 20 years old now. Video, DVD, books, Wooden Railway, and CD-ROM. I have the Railway Adventures game, but, like, I don't have, like, any of the others. I could probably get them, you know. Let's see what the Meet Thomas's New Friends is like, because that's the only implication. I think it's weird they didn't list that as a feature on the back cover, though.
Over the past few months, I've made some new friends on the island that I'm really excited to introduce you to. Sir Topham Hatt says they're all great additions to his railway, and I think you'll like them too. As a matter of fact, I think I hear one of them coming now. Hello, Thomas.
I find it weird how, you know, they gave Salty whistling sounds, like you couldn't, like, put in a little horn.
This is Salty. He's an older diesel engine.
And while I like Robin Smith's Salty voice, I can't deny that, you know, it's not as prominent here. I feel like it's more prominent on, like, Percy's Chocolate Crunch and the other DVDs. Yeah, but...
Thomas, I think I hear Harvey coming.
Oh, here comes Harvey.
Hello, Thomas. Hello, Salty. Isn't it a beautiful day on the island?
Again, I love the promo art. I do feel like Robin Smith's Harvey voice, I can't say anything about it because of how inconsistent that it is.
And is proven to be really useful at helping to clear away things from the track. Although the engines teased him at first because of his unique look.
So this is just like a little segment where, you know, Thomas introduces us to, you know, his new friends. That's cool.
No, I think it's Elizabeth coming. She's an old Sentinel lorry who has to be one of the rudest lorries I've ever met.
I'm not old, Thomas. I'm vintage. Besides, what are you sitting around here for?
I mean, the voice suits Elizabeth, to be honest. You know, she sounds snobby, but I do like the promo art.
Island, come on. Sir Topham Hatt says he needs us all down at the quarry.
They could give her... Or no, that's Birdie's horn. I forgot what I was going to say, but... Why couldn't they do something like this for, like, New Friends for Thomas? Or hell, put this in the fun and games section. I don't fucking know, but this is a fun little sequence, and you can see Thomas derailing, or I could have sworn that I saw the track clip into him, but again, that's just me. And again, so overall, I would give Salty's Secret a 10 out of 10. This is the last truly great Thomas tape, aside from Really Brave Engines, and I wholeheartedly recommend it. It's a fun trip down memory lane. I don't care that this was a longer review because, you know, I love it. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss a new video, and check out my series Thomas the Tank Cannon and Idiots, that is linked below. And yeah, this is the last frame of the review. Ghislaine Entertainment.